There is a place in the heart of Catalonia where the earth itself seems to reach toward the heavens. Rising dramatically from the plains near Manresa, Montserrat Mountain stands as one of the most extraordinary natural formations in all of Europe. As the first light of dawn begins to filter through the atmosphere, something almost supernatural unfolds. A drone lifts silently into the cool morning air, climbing above the tree line, and suddenly the full magnitude of this ancient landscape reveals itself. Jagged limestone peaks pierce through a soft blanket of morning mist, their silhouettes sharp and otherworldly against the pale golden sky. These are not ordinary mountains. Carved over millions of years by wind, water, and time, the serrated ridgeline of Montserrat, whose name translates directly to serrated mountain, looks as though a giant hand sculpted each pinnacle with deliberate, artistic intention. The aerial camera glides effortlessly between the towering rock formations, their surfaces catching the earliest warm rays of sunlight, turning shades of amber and rust that seem almost too vivid to be real. Nestled impossibly into the mountainside as if it grew organically from the stone itself, the Santa Maria de Montserrat Abbey emerges from the mist like a vision from another century. The drone sweeps wide, then pulls back to reveal the full, dramatic scale of the monastery against the sheer, vertical cliffs behind it. Founded in the 11th century and expanded across generations of devoted craftsmen and architects, this Benedictine monastery has stood as a spiritual and cultural landmark of Catalonia for nearly 1,000 years. The camera descends slowly, tracing the intricate stone facades, the arched colonnades, and the ornate basilica entrance where centuries of pilgrims have walked before. Ancient bells hang in their towers, weathered by time yet still resonant, their bronze surfaces catching the morning light with a warm, burnished glow. Close-up shots reveal the extraordinary detail of the carved stonework, each element a testament to the devotion and craftsmanship of those who built this sacred place high above the valley floor. Below the monastery, life moves at a different rhythm. Winding mountain roads curl through lush Mediterranean forests, their asphalt surfaces dappled with shifting patterns of light and shadow as the sun climbs higher. The vegetation here is dense and fragrant, a tapestry of pine, oak, and wild rosemary that softens the dramatic landscape with shades of deep green. Hikers move along scenic trails that crisscross the mountainside, their figures small against the vast panorama stretching southward toward Manresa and the Catalan plains beyond. The camera follows them at a respectful distance, capturing the quiet joy of movement through extraordinary terrain. Further along the cliff faces, climbers work their way up rugged vertical routes, their hands finding ancient holds in the limestone, their bodies suspended between earth and sky in a display of human determination and trust. Meanwhile, pilgrims move through the monastery courtyards with quiet reverence, pausing at chapels and shrines, their presence a living continuation of a tradition stretching back through the centuries. As golden hour deepens, the mountain transforms. Volumetric light pours through gaps in the drifting clouds, casting dramatic shafts of illumination across the rock formations and creating a visual spectacle that no painter could fully capture. The unique geological character of Montserrat becomes most apparent in this light. Each rounded boulder, each vertical spire, each layered cliff face tells a story written in sediment and pressure across tens of millions of years. Wildlife moves quietly through this landscape. A peregrine falcon rides a thermal current above the highest peaks, its wings barely moving as it surveys the valley far below. Smaller birds dart between the rock faces, their calls mixing with the natural ambient sounds of wind and rustling leaves. The camera lingers on these moments, allowing the natural world to speak without interruption, honoring the extraordinary biodiversity that thrives within this protected natural park. Then comes the moment the mountain has been building toward all day. The sun begins its descent toward the western horizon, and the sky above Montserrat ignites. What begins as a deepening gold transitions through layers of tangerine orange, then rose pink, then a rich and luminous purple that settles over the entire landscape like a velvet curtain. The time-lapse captures this transformation with breathtaking fidelity, clouds moving in accelerated sweeps across the sky while the mountain remains perfectly still, an eternal anchor in a world of constant change. The abbey catches the last direct light of the day, its stone walls glowing as though lit from within. The peaks cast long shadows across the valleys below, and for a few extraordinary minutes, the entire mountain range exists in a state of perfect, transient beauty. This is Montserrat at its most elemental, ancient, enduring, and utterly alive, a place where nature and human devotion have created something that transcends the ordinary and touches something far deeper in the human spirit.